Hello. What? Where am I? Hello? Hello? Oh, there I am. It was just taking a hot sec to get in here. Hello. Oh, you like it? This is new. Yeah, you like the starting soon screen. That's actually not new. I made that approximately 12,500 years ago, to be exact. If I had to put an exact number to it, it would be that. It's something that I was using a lot at the beginning of streams, but then I was like, well, I'm just gonna sit here anyways and just like be ready to go. Why would I? Exactly, you haven't seen it because like I haven't used it in like over a year. Over a year, I think I used it for like a month. I used it for like a month when I first started like VTubing and everything. And then I just completely and totally abandoned it. Also, how do I sound? Do I sound like at a good volume? At a good volume, I was messing around. It's still why not both, by the way. Oh well, thank you so much for letting me know. I'm a little bit behind just because, as always, I just barely finished work before I got on here. So yes, let me take care of all that good stuff. Let me get that handled really quick. Streaming. But how's it going, Flowey to Flower? How are you doing today? Do. I'm just hitting it. I think what part are we? Is this 13? I think we're at 13. I want to say we're at 13. I don't remember. I haven't made a new thumbnail for this in so long. It's kind of become a small issue, but that's fine. I'll make a new one eventually. I'm just gonna grab twofold. That thumbnail. Yeah, that twofold 1. This is the first part of twofold. We never played this game before. Here, let me go ahead and open up Twitch, make sure everything's looking good on that. Nope, my voice. There we go. Got it. Why is my internet being so slow today? That's weird. That's weird. You're doing well. You're doing well. That's awesome to hear. That's awesome to hear. Glad you could be here. Glad you're doing well. I'm doing pretty good too. Also, if you haven't noticed, I got a new profile picture done. I got that done by the wonderful Addy Rosa, and I think it looks absolutely spectacular. Then I changed all of my profile pictures. All my profile pictures are completely changed because I'm like, before it was just kind of like an image of like my VTuber, and there's nothing objectively wrong with that. But I was like, I kind of want something a little different. I've been using these profile pictures for like over a year now. It's time that I did something different. Also, hello first. Yes, welcome in, welcome in. But yeah, no, what else? Blah, 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 blah. I had some stuff that I wanted to go over. Oh. I'm about to go into debt. Um, it's the same one over here as it's always been. Is that a good thing or is that a bad thing? I'm not entirely sure. Twofold, never heard of this. A first playthrough? Yeah. This is the first time we've ever booted up the game before, actually, so I'm really excited to see what it's about. I've heard good things. I've heard it's amazing, incredible, all that good jazz. So this is the first time we're ever booting it up, though. Also, though you don't care about YouTube anyway, how dare you? What, just because they're my second favorite of two, you think I don't care about YouTube? I'm legally obligated to say that I don't. Oh, Andrew, bonjour, for real. Oh my gosh, French, oui, ha 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 ha. Hey, I was wanting to tell you this during the last Undertale stream, but the Undertale stream got canceled. I read like how I think it was like 14 episodes of Funtime Phobia. The no rip. Oh no. Yeah, like the last Undertale stream had to get canceled. Just because, again, my mic, it finally decided to just completely give out on us. It was not a good time. I spent like an hour and a half, like, after we were supposed to be going live, trying to get it all taken care of, get it all figured out, and it's finally gone. So we had to cancel. But, like, the day before, I think I missed a stream or two, rip. Hey, that's fine. You don't. There's no need to like be here for all of them. Listen. If there's something we need to talk about, I'll remember it so we can talk about it whenever you do show up. All right. So you don't need to worry about a thing. Is Monday the worst day of the week? You will have to wait. I think that's just trying to tell you that you're gonna have to wait till Monday to see how it goes. But yes, I think I'm like about 14. Your mic doesn't want to be my best friend. No, No, my mic doesn't want to. Well, it probably wanted to be. It put up a good fight. It was struggle busting along there for a long time, and I was like feeling a little mean to it, being like, why? Sorry, Mike, I didn't mean to bump you. Being like, oh, why isn't this stupid hunk of junk working? Why isn't it doing its job? Oh my gosh, that's crazy. And then when it finally died, I was like, oh, wait, that's sad, because that means it was doing its best. It was pushing through to try and like keep going, and it finally gave out. So it was sad to see. It was sad to see. Thankfully, we have a new mic situations hooked up, and also I messed around a little bit more with the audio on this one. Is it sounding okay? Is it at like a good volume? Does it sound decent to listen to? Hopefully, it doesn't sound too terrible. One of the worst parts of having a place with very little acoustics in it is that my voice does not sound very good on microphone in the place that I record, and I don't really have good places to record in. But hopefully it doesn't sound too bad. The Wavelink, that was the mic I had before, was actually really good at reducing that kind of like reverb specifically, so it was really nice. But yeah, so like again, does like the mic sound, is it like a good level, like a volume? Because last time it was a little quiet, and I had to adjust it a bit, but again, I played with the audio settings a little bit between here and the last stream. But yeah, Andrew, I've read, again, I think it's 14. I read one day during my lunch break, and I think I got through like all the stuff that you could do for free, and then I think I went back the next day and watched some ads to read more of it. So how do you like it? I think I'm kind of like 2. I can confirm your mic is not down here. That's good to know. That's good to know. Oh, you're saying in hell because you're the devil from the Bible. I got it. I clocked onto your joke. Let's go. I definitely read that and was just kind of like yes-anding you of like, oh yeah, it's not down there, whatever that means, moving on. It took me a sec to actually get it. But I'm kind of like 2 minds of it, of like, it's very cute. The art is so cozy and amazing. It makes me want it to be fall and Halloween already. But there's like, all of the chapters are only like 3 seconds long. So like, I'm sure like if you put it out as like an actual volume, it would be like each chapter's like 5-6 pages long, that kind of thing. But at the same time, like, I'm not sure how like big of a deal that is, because it's just mostly like focused on like figuring out like the characters right now and introducing like the world and the concepts. But I will say it does one thing like artistically that I really appreciate, where I've read like 2 or 3 other webtoons before, and I feel like none of them have really taken advantage that much of like the vertical way you read webtoons, because you know, you're reading like a manga or a comic and it's like left to right, right to left, like how you would imagine it being. But on webtoons, you just scroll down, so there aren't really like page turns or anything like that. And a lot of them are just kind of like set up like, here's like the couple of panels to be like a page, and then you scroll down to get to the next page. Whereas like in Funtime Phobia, especially in the first chapter, as you're scrolling down, it feels like you're with a camera that's continuously panning down, especially like because like there's a scene that opens, I'm just gonna say, with like a character falling to like the location, the setting of the story. And like the layout of the comic does a really good job of like scrolling down with it, of like you really feeling the height of how far she's fallen. And like, again, just like stuff like that of like it, I'm trying to, I had a good way of explaining it before. Oh no, it's slipping away from me. But yeah, it genuinely feels like there's a camera that's just continuously panning down, and it, like everything's like, all the stories like building up to it, and it's like really cool, especially like if there's like scenes where like characters are like ascending places. It really feels like they're going up by the way that you're reading it. It's like, it feels like it's like the first one I've read that's like really taking advantage of the format, and that's really cool. Wait, have you ever played DDLC? No specific reason, I was just asking. I will not mention again because I'm starting a 30-minute conversation. No, you're okay to start conversations, but I've never actually read it, but I did watch playthroughs of it when it very first came out. I've been wanting to play the Plus version, because I've heard that there's like, you know, extra little bits going on there. But I just haven't. It's just what I just haven't. I have too many visual novels that I'm playing through right now. So it's like, you know, it's on the list for sure, but it's like deep down there. But what did you want to say about it? Why were you thinking about that? Yeah, it's cool with that camera effect. No, it is so cool. So yeah, I guess like my only like, again, like sort of gripe with it is that like not a lot has happened, and some chapters do feel like filler, despite there like, again, not much happening in each chapter. So like there will be some chapters of like, here's the funny clown guy and a mouse. that's the chapter. That's the bit. We good? We done? All right, let's moving on. I think it's just me, but I never got into visual novels. Like, it's not bad, I just never got into it much. And that's, like, totally fine. It's definitely, like, not for everyone. You know, like, especially because it is, like, it's, like, a weird bridge between, like, visual medium and book. Because, while there are, like, CGs and the portraits and, like, all the frames and everything, it's still mostly you're just sitting there, like, reading it as a book. So if you're, like, but if you'd rather just have it be a book, then you're not into like the visual like aspect of it, then that kind of like sucks for you. But if you're also like not into like reading, you know, the actual reading part of it, then it's like that's also not for you. So I feel like it's like it's not like hard to get into. It just has to kind of be like your thing. Although I would say that like it's sort of like reading, where I think that there is probably like a visual. Oh, that scared me. That scared me. I have the alerts really loud in my ear. That scared the crap out of me. Did y'all hear the? Oh, you probably didn't hear the effect from the hydrate. Anyways, there we go. There we go. There we go. Yeah, that was a jump scare. That was a jump scare. Also, speaking of jump scares, I think I've talked about this before, but I'm really planning on when we I need to pull YouTube back up because I need to change some things. There we go. Hello, YouTube. See, I'm not ignoring you too much. Funny enough, I'm making a rap battle with Flowey against Monica. Wait, that's actually perfect. That's a perfect concept, though. That's awesome. I got you. Don't worry, because I want to do it. Wait, because you want to do it? Wait, what do you mean? Because you want to do what? But yeah, Flowey. Oh, are you answering? That's why you're bringing up Doki Doki Literature Club? Cause my phone didn't tell me you were live. Wow. You know, in your phone's defense, I did it really, really late. So it's like, might be. Also, welcome in, Tracy. How's it going? Do you listen, the floor is yours now. Do you want to tell me about your the OC that you've been hyper fixated on? We've just been talking about Doki Doki Literature Club and Funtime Phobia. No, it's just a coincidence. Oh. Flowey, elaborate, please. Look. Whoa, hey, oh, whoa. What? Flowey? Flowey. And the best one? Okay. Because listen, you guys can bully me, but you can't bully each other. Alright? No bullying each other. So as long as you're teasing. In a second, I'm in a VC while watching 2 streams like I said I do, lol. You truly are the strongest soldier. You are fighting the hardest battles. I'm so proud of you that you're actually managing to do all that, because, like, the amount of, like, my attention being split between all those things would just mess me up is ridiculous. Because, like, I can do, like, 2 things at the same time, like, decently well. But once you add in, like, number 3, it's like, oh, suddenly I realize I'm not paying attention to any 3 of the things that I'm doing. So good job on that part. Good job on that part. Because you're the only one? Okay. I appreciate the clarification. Because again, no bullying each other in here, but as long as they're little jokes like that, that's fine. I'm the only one who's allowed to bully you guys, and you guys are the only ones who's allowed to... And you're the only allowed to bully me. There, that's what I was trying to say. But also, I was going to mention this at the start of stream before I got completely sidelined with seeing Andrew, which just completely took me off course because of Funtime Phobia. But I'm going to go into debt here pretty soon. It's going to be a fun time, because they have the pre-orders up for all of the Evolution plushes, all the life-size Evolutions. And I think Umbreon was listed at, like... Let me double check it. I think it was, like, $339? Hang on. Actually, I can just open Discord, because it was sent to me there. That'd be so much easier than trying and failing to find it. Hang on. Discord, do you actually want to pull up? That'd be based. That'd be cool. No, you're just gonna black screen on me? Okay, no, that works too. I appreciate it. You do you, boo. You keep doing your best, living your best life out here. Okay, so apparently Discord just isn't gonna work for me right now. I think there's something wrong with my internet. I ain't gonna lie, because everything is a little slow. Like, YouTube's doing a little bit worse than it usually does. Twitch is actually a little bit below. It's like, you're getting no support from me? That's fine. I would never ask you to do that or anything like that. So if I go into debt, listen. If I go into debt buying plushies, I can't blame anyone but myself. I'm not going to ask anyone else to get me out of that hole, but it's going to be what happens. Hang on. I'm pulling it up. I'm pulling it up. There's also other stuff happening in Discord. Hang on. Where is it? Oh, it's a little bit higher. Hang on. Okay, let's look at this. It says it's $400. Let's see what the actual pricing is. I think it's a lot. Also, I think... Hang on. Oh, yeah, no, okay, so it is just $399.99. Isn't that good? Isn't that such a fair and reasonable price? I mean, to be fair, after that Onyx video that we watched where just the head alone was like a couple $100, it's like, that's fair. That's a fair price to shake out for those guys. To be fair, Eevee is one of the best plushies ever to have. No, for real. But here's the thing. Outside of going into debt, I think my grandma would murder me in my sleep if I ever got it, all the plushes. Because here's the thing. I need, it's a physical need to get Umbreon and Espeon because those are my two favorite Pokemon. But I love all the evolutions, so I'm like, I kind of want to get all of them. I really, really want to get all of them. But where would you put that? Because again, they're life size. I think they're like, hang on, I just had it pulled up. I should have looked at the sizes. Here, I can just visit the site again. There we go. How big are you? 31 inches. So that is not... That is not a small plushie by any means. But here's the thing. I already have... it's not that I have too many, but I have Squishmallows, okay? Specifically, I have one giant Teddy Ursa one, and I've been doing a lot of rearranging and reorganizing in my room, so a lot of my plushies are out, like, in like, a living room area that I have. But my house is just simply not big enough for... 8 life-sized evolution plushies, so like, if I bought them, they're not all staying in my room. I'm spreading them out throughout the house, and I think she'd rather me just not exist if I did that. I don't think she wants people walking into the house and being like, yeah, no, those are my grandson's hyperfixations, just ignore the life-size, like, basically a dog that's just gonna be hanging around out here, so it's like, it's probably not happening anytime soon. And it's so fair. I want a life-sized Wailord, or however it's spelled, plushie. I don't know, because like obviously it'd be like so much money, but I would love if they like really went crazy with a life-size plushie, like a life-size Dragonite, because I think Dragonite's like at like 6'11". Hang on. Dragonite. How big are you, buddy? Hang on. Wait, where does it say here? Oh, no, just a casual 7.3 inches, you know, light stuff. Oh, no, you basically just have Mr. Oh, hello? What was that? Did that little gear thing pop up for all you, or was that just on my end? That was weird. It looked like... No? Okay, it was just on my end. That's good. That was just really weird. I don't know why that happened. No. Here's the thing. I recognize it. It was somebody's plugin Fugi, which is like a thing where like if you're in a Discord call with people, it like talks and yaps and blah 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 blah, stuff like that. So it looked like that was loading in. I was like, am I being like forcefully dragged? Like, did someone like do a summoning circle in a Discord to summon me into a chat really quick? Like, what is happening here? That's what I thought that was. You're going crazy. He's hallucinating is what I'm saying when I'm lying. Wait, so did it pop up? Did it pop up for you guys? Oh no, here's the, wait. I can check in the YouTube preview. Give me just a moment. Let's go back just a minute. Thank you, YouTube preview. Hang on. Let me full screen this. Oh, yeah, you liars. You lying little rats. How dare you? Granted, you admitted to lying, so is it really that bad? I don't know. Except for you, Andrew. You just bold-faced lied to me. How dare you? How dare you? I relied on it. Yeah, I saw it. Thank you. The devil from the Bible is the most honest person here. That's a crazy take. What an odd thing to have happened. But yeah, no, that was weird. Again, I think I was being summoned somewhere and I just simply rejected it. I said no. I said not today, Satan. I was thinking about if I should say that or not, but then I realized that the devil is there. They're messing with you? Yeah, I figured that out. It's expected for me, but Andrew? Yeah, exactly. Andrew, how dare you? I thought we were on better terms than me and Flowey. Come on. But I think... Oh, what? I had other stuff to talk about, actually. But important Studio Lawn related stuff. Hang on, hang on, hang on. Let me just go ahead and copy some things over. Let me go like this. Wait, hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. Hang on, hang on, hang on, hang on. There we go. I should have formatted this better. I realized if I just posted things with zero context of what they are, you guys wouldn't understand, because that's how brains work. So I'm like, here, let me give you guys some context really quick. There we go, there we go. Can I click the link just to double check if it's the thing? There we go. Thank you, Google Docs. You are my best friend. Do you just have a Discord now? The Discord, honestly, the Discord is, like, basically done. I'm just figuring out some bots with it. I know I've said this 1,000 times, and it's basically the boy who cries wolf at this point, but the Discord is, like, borderline done. Excellent, excellent. Okay, they work. Let's go. I just need to figure out some bots for it, and I won't need to add... I'm thinking about adding, like, little intro messages to all of the, like, the channels and everything, but I'm like, I feel like that's kind of unnecessary. It's not really needed, so I'm like, I'm just not... I'll do it on some that I feel like warrant an explanation, but for the other ones, I'm like, no, I'm good. By the way, Dark, I have a new webcomic for you. Oh, no. Oh, no, what is it? What are you recommending now? I say as if I'm, like, not at all, like, through all the things that you've already recommended. It's called Far Off, and it's really cool. Let me look it up. Let me check it out. Far Off. Far Off, no space. Oh, so I accidentally... It all filled in with games. Hang on. Webtoon. There we go. Oh, these are some funny-looking friends. Oh, it looks like they love each other. That's awesome. That might be fan art, though. I can't tell. Is it about, like, two peeps who look like they're soldiers? Is that what it's about? Yeah, that's cool. I'll have to check that out. But oh, I'm really quiet. Is that better? How does that sound now? Is that good? How are we sounding? It's called Nothing. Good one. Good one. Round of applause for Flowey on that one. Excellent joke. Good job. It's better, but I'd go a little higher. There we go. How does that one sound? How does that one sound? Again, I was messing with things off stream to try and make things sound better, and it probably didn't work. But, you know, we're here. We're living. All good? Excellent, excellent. Now, please do tell me all about your OC while I post some very important links in the chat. Let me paste. Bloop. There we go. There we go. I just posted them all as one go. Basically, what happened today was... well, not today. Hang on. I think it was... I want to double check the dates on this. It was yesterday. It was yesterday, but we're getting to talk about it today. Basically, A Tithe in Blood... Oh, thank you so much for pinning that. Thank you so much for pinning that while I was fact-checking myself. Tithe in Blood is very, very, very close to coming out, which I'm very excited for. It's, like, again, my most anticipated thing of the year, so I'm very excited for it. It's coming out on the 16th of June, and they just posted, again, yesterday, that the physical version and the art books are now live to pre-order on their website. So hey, if you want to check those out, that'd be super awesome. And you can get 10% off if you use my code BENDER at checkout. So, you know, if you want to support, then do that, because it supports a lot of people. But yeah, no, I'm so ready for it. I'm so ready. It's almost here. It's almost here. It's like, ooh. It feels like Christmas. It feels like I'm just about to get a big ol' present, because I'm just that excited for it. I'm not buying that. How dare you, Flowey? How dare you say that? Listen, you don't have scam link. Yeah, you're a loss, exactly. You can just miss out on Peak. That's fine. No skin off my back. Yeah, also, sorry, I guess I'm the bot now posting the scam links. That's fine. That's fine. But yes, Tracy, go on with your OC. Yes, please do enlighten. While I also post that we are live, because we're just about to get into the game. I'm typing it. Hold, Lamau. Oh, sorry. I did not mean... No rushing. No rushing. Sorry. So let me go ahead and just get it tweeted out that we are live really quick. Because I figured it's probably best to, like, do that. I feel like when we're actually about to, like, get into the game, instead of, like, way ahead of the time. Stop trying to give me more viewers. You're right, I'm just trying to give everyone some cheap viewers, because I feel like everyone needs it. Everyone's in, like, need of help of it, you know? And, like, they're very real and good. You know what I mean? They're good for you. I'm pretty sure they're, like, actually, like, really bad for your, channel, most likely. Like, if I had to guess, probably, because, like, you get the bots, and then, sure, they watch, but if they don't interact and they don't, like, do anything, like, related outside of watching, like, obviously, like, watching helps, but, like, if you actually want to, like, grow and, like, get a community and, like, get, like, more support like that, you actually need to, like, have people, like, to talk to, so it really doesn't do anything to get the bot, so I'm like, I don't know why would you do that, especially on stuff like YouTube, where it's like, yeah, I guess, like, viewer retention is very important, but, like, no likes, no subscribes, no, like, actual, like, comments or anything, like, you're missing out on a lot of stuff that's really important for your channel, so it's like, again, it's helpful, but it's like not that helpful. It's not that big of a deal. Why is there a fairy emoji? Why not have a fairy emoji? Why not? Let me go ahead and get in the Twitch link, and then I'll post it to Blue Sky and Twitter. There we go. Now I just copy and paste. Oh my gosh, my tweet already has 1 view. I think it's from me. That's crazy. I'm so ahead of the game. There we go. Hang on. No, cancel. Discard. Yes. I don't want to at anyone. Thank you. Oh, I'm struggle busting right now to post this. Hang on. We're almost there. Paste. There we go. Why not? Because I don't think anyone needs to get added about the fact that I'm streaming, you know? Like, I don't need to personally come at anyone, you know what I mean? That seems a little pointless. But let's go ahead and pull the YouTube back up. Wait. Maybe put your mouth on the mic. I don't... See, that's how you get funny reverb. That's how you get the funny reverb stuff. I didn't even notice. That could work. Can confirm. It's also illegal. Well, it's against TOS, but still. And I mean, if it's against TOS, it's like Twitch and YouTube illegal. So it's like, if you do that and you get caught, it's like, you gained so little to risk losing everything. And it's like, what's the point of that? There's no point. So why would anyone ever actually do it? But the fact that the bots still pop up and are so frequent, it, like, shows that people do it. Like, otherwise, like, why would people, you know? Why would people put in the effort? It's sort of like scam callers, where, like, 99% of people know not to, like, listen to any scam calls or, like, scam emails or anything like that. But enough people still fall for it that like, scammers still try to get them, you know? And it's like, that's a little silly. I don't fall for it. Yeah, I'm glad you don't, because, again, it's just the low IQ that you would need to fall for those kinds of things is ridiculous. So it's like, I'm glad that no one here falls for them. Hang on. So her name is Talia, and she's Colossian. She basically has very brittle health and spent most of her life trapped in a hospital room, only ever interacting with Pokemon across a window. Given how unfair her condition is, Zygarde took a liking to her and decided to use some of its cells to allow her to basically not die if she goes outside. Base and Pog on Zygarde's part, allowing her to finally fulfill her dream of becoming a trainer. She still has to move places on a wheelchair, and she has a pretty cool team. Cool. Just learned there's a character limit. I don't think I knew that there was a character limit on that either. Hang on. Hold on, I'm trying to get $10,000 for free by entering my personal information on a website. Go for it. I'm sure it's real. Oh my gosh. You're gonna win big for sure. The limit is 500 characters. You know what? To be fair, I feel like that is incredibly reasonable. You know? Like, outside of, like, this situation, how often are you, like, sending people messages on Twitch that are, like, longer than 500 characters? It really, really doesn't do anything. Also, let me okay, so the desktop audio is enabled. I just want to make sure of that before I start moving things away. Well, I'm broke now. Has your identity been stolen? Is that what happened? Is it, did they moved that fast? Honestly, that's kind of impressive. It's impressive that they got it from you instantly. As far as I am aware, those scams kind of usually take a little while to actually like come into effect. Not like as soon as I put in my information, oh no, all my information's been used already. But it just opened, haha, it opened 2 instances of TWOFOLD. That's the second time that that's happened. That's a lot of 2s. I'm just getting the game good to go. Also, why'd you go back to being windowed? Why do you hate me like this, TWOFOLD? I thought we were best friends. There we go. Anyways, yeah, I really like the concept, and I've been thinking about her team and health. Wait, about what her team and health does if Zygarde needs to borrow the cells back for serious business. Hopefully she just doesn't die. That would be so freaking tragic if that happened. Because if she's already in like very brittle health and like needs Zygarde to be like okay, then it's like, also we're moving over to gaming now. Oh, TWOFOLD, you silly goob. Get back over here. I'm writing a book? You're writing a book? Ooh, share the details, share the details. Please and thank you. Oh my gosh, go on. But yeah, I mean, like, she'd die if it wasn't because Zygarde warns in advance and her team can keep her in a sterile and calm environment. That's fair, that's fair. Because, like, obviously, it would have to be, like, under, like, the most duressing situation for Zygarde to just yank the cells back without warning. So, but, yeah, what's her team, though? What's her team that actually, like, helps her with that? Or is the team still being, like, decided on right now? I've been thinking about what her, yeah. So, like, do you have any ideas for, like, what the team is? Hang on, let me go ahead and pull YouTube back up. There we go. I already know the whole plot. It's a few hours. The main character Heyo! Let's not be making jokes like that, Flag, alright? Let's not be making jokes like that. But yeah, no. Because I always like seeing your teams, because, like, we've talked about this before, but, like, they're just, like, the non-like, normie picks, you know? They're, like, out there. They're like, very interesting, like, of just a bunch of not random guys, but like guys who like all fit together, but like aren't like the mainstream thing. Her team is Chestnut, Delphox, Tyranitar, Aegislash, Ursaluna, and Salamence. Can Mega but prefers not to. Oh, why does it prefer not to? I'm not joking. Oh, do you want to share more about what the book's about then? I'm not gonna lie, I thought this was a bit from the beginning. I'm not gonna hold you. But nice. I noticed all the Colosseum starters are there except for Greninja, the best one. What's that about? Huh? You got something against my boy Gekkoga? I'm so ready for all the Kalos starters to get Mega Evolutions in Legends EA. If that doesn't happen, that's gonna be like the biggest miss of all time. Just because like I don't know. The Kalos starters super overshadow, the Kanto starters super overshadow the Kalos starters by having Mega Evolutions. Not only is it like the fancy new gimmick so everyone wants to use them, but it's also like, oh great, now your Kanto starters just better. It's just better than your Kalos one. So it's like that sucks. I like the glasses girl. Oh, that's actually, so that's Olive, and they actually go by they them pronouns. Mega Evolving hurts Salamence, and she doesn't want to hurt her partner unless the situation begs for it. Even Salamence understands. That's fair, that's fair. I think that was one of, like... It was in, like, Sun and Moon that all, like, they get hurt, like, Pokédex entries started coming out of being like, oh, yeah, Aerodactyl. The rocks burst from it in the most painful manner ever. Houndoom. He's immune to fire damage and all that kind of stuff, but he's so hot inside that it overrides that and it's burning him up from the inside out. Like, all of that kind of stuff came from Sun and Moon, which is probably when they were thinking about phasing out Mega Evolution. So they're like, how do we do this without making people upset? Ah, yes, of course. We make it so then it tortures their Pokemon and they'll feel bad if they want it back. And then it didn't work because everyone's like, yeah, but it's raw. It's so cool, though. We want it back. And then that, like, you know, they caved. They caved as they should have. Well, granted, it's not really... I don't really think they caved on it. It's just, it fits the setting. It's like, you can't have a game in Kalos that doesn't have Mega Evolution. That'd just be weird. It'd be like going back to like a Lola without like Z moves, or going back to Galar and suddenly being like, uh-oh, Gigantamaxing and Dynamaxing isn't a thing. And it's like, that'd be silly. That'd be stupid. Oh, Olive is cool? No, Olive is very cool. I really like Olive. Well, it's not actually the main character, but it's the real main character as a third-person narrator wanting to become an actual part of the story. Oh, that's really cool. Wait, that's a super cool idea. Obviously, if you don't want to share anything else about that, that's totally fine, but if you are willing, then I would love to hear more about, like, your ideas with that. Delphox is the designated Keep Talia live Pokemon. I'll write why in a second. To be fair, like, I feel like Psychic-type Pokemon are just good at doing that. But yeah. But I think with that being said, though, we're, you know, just a casual 40 minutes into the stream. I think that's a good time to get started into the game, so let's go for it. Bloop. Bloop. Bloop.
Wanna go out somewhere?
Ah! That jump scared me so bad. I'm too jumpy. I'm such a jumpy person. That was not why do I love horror games and horror movies and yada yada? I don't know why, because I'm the jumpiest person ever. I'm so, wait, did I say Olive? No, sorry, Caprice jump scared. Oh my gosh. That was bad. Hang on, let me also do something really, really quick. There we go. Oh, thank you so much for letting, for posting me in the server. I appreciate it. Look at you being the all-star mod of 2 streams. You really are the strongest soldier again. But Delphox knows the move Wonder Room, which in the game makes all Pokemon affected by swap their defense and special defense. Being that Talia's physical body is so frail without Zygarde's help, the move makes it so her strong mental fortitude takes place over her body's general strength. But she's going to struggle with a weak mind, taking the form of intrusive thoughts during all this. Delphox being a Psychic type helps because she can make sure to keep those thoughts at bay while they exactly 500 characters, lol. nice. You know, you did a good job. Like, fit again, like most of why Delphox is like, it's super important to the squad. Also, that's just a cool concept. I love it when like it's stuff like in like the manga or like in like the side series on like YouTube World, they'll be like, let's use these Pokemon moves in like non-battle related ways, and I was like, whoa, wait, that's so cool. Like in the original like red, blue. I'm so sorry, Mike. The pop filter I have now is so much bigger than the old one, so it's like very much so up in my grill, invading my personal space a lot. So I'm hitting it 1,000 times more. But like in the red, blue, and green adventures manga, Saffron 30 during like the raid on Silphco by Team Rocket, they used a bunch of like Mr. Mimes. They used barrier not to like defend themselves in battle, but just to create a giant wall around the city to keep everyone else out. I'm like, that's just a cool way to use Pokemon, because you don't really see a lot of that, like obviously like in game, but especially like I'm surprised that you don't see that as much like in the anime. Like obviously you sometimes do, like of like, oh, use Gust to like blow up a bunch of like dirt in this area, or like to blow trees around, like to reveal stuff. Like it's not like as much as you would think it is. Oh, it cut off. Yeah, it did. I meant to say, well, they stall for time as Zygarde finishes its business. Okay. I was like, I assumed that you knew that it did that, but yeah, no, it definitely cut off. So thank you for finishing it. But after being tortured to watch the same story over and over with no interactivity, they finally broke and decided to try and become a character. It'll get very meta with subtle references to the reader. That's funny. Wait, which part's funny? My brain's all over the place right now. Remind me. But no, that's cool, because like I feel like the issue with like, not the issue, but the thing with meta-related stuff is that if you're like way too on the nose or way too upfront with it, it kind of gets like, oh, with it getting cut off? Oh, yeah. Is that like if it's too non-subtle, then it can get very annoying very quickly. Like using Doki Doki as an example, just because we were talking about that earlier today, like a lot of like the fourth wall meta stuff is very small, and it's like slowly builds up over the course of the story until it's like freaking you out with like what it's doing, you know? Like again, Monica appearing in front of the text box like really take your full attention, or like the text is like getting messed up, or like the poems getting messed up, like that kind of stuff. Like that kind of like using the format of visual novels and doing stuff that like goes outside of like the norm of what you see there to like mess with the viewers, like that's like some good meta stuff. So like, but if it's like very unsubtle, like a lot of movies will like, here we're gonna make like a spoof superhero movie, and we'll comment on how all the bad guys attack the hero all at one at a time, and we're gonna make like a 10-minute scene out of it, and it's gonna be super unfunny by the end. Like, that kind of stuff, it's like, that's not really that fun or funny, because it's like, you're being obvious about what you're doing. But yeah, if you actually manage to like balance the subtlety with it, that could be a really cool idea. So, but yeah, with that being said, let's get on into reading. Because again, with Tithe and Blood coming out, I almost said a Tiv. Which I don't know why my brain is still wanting to not say that word correctly. I don't know what it is. It just wants to not be right. But with a Tithe and Blood coming out soon, it's like, I gotta finish TWOFOLD before that comes out. I doubt it's gonna happen, but I'd love to, just so then like we don't have to like worry about the overlapping. But I feel like we have so much of this left, and I don't want to bum rush through it. So yeah, that's the reason why I'm like, we're almost an hour in. That's why we gotta be getting into it. So, yee.
Like where?
Also, Olive Caprice, why are y'all on screen? Caprice lounges about on my sofa, leg propped over the back of it. I take a seat next to her and join her in staring out the window. After coming home yesterday, we ended up making some chicken and vegetables for dinner before crashing on the couch to watch a movie. Yeah, the story has a fourth wall-breaking character who's the only one that can talk to the narrator. Okay, that's cool. Okay, that's cool. Like, that there's one person who's actually aware of it. They're off screen. I mean, yeah, but normally they're on screen. That's like, you know? If they're not on screen, then who are we? What are we looking at? Outside just like an empty room. You got your popcorn ready? Oh, let's go. Let's go. The devil. Olive, my goat. Olive is the goat. By the end of the night, Caprice seemed back to her usual self. Her bright eyes this morning are a relief to see. She rights herself as she ponders my question using her newfound energy.
I do have work later today, so I can't really go anywhere too far.
That's in like 4 hours. We could do a whole road trip in that time. Do something crazy, adopt a dog, dye our hair.
Caprice is really stuck on the whole dyeing hair bit. Because she mentioned that last time. Also, adopt a dog, let's go, please, please. She mentioned that last time, and it's like, oh, I thought that would be like more of what happens if like they don't. Maybe this is just like referencing, but I was like thinking that's like what would happen if like Caprice like lashing out emotionally and not knowing what to do without having Olive around on her side. But maybe she just really wants to do it. That again. Even Olive noticed. That again.
I don't have a car.
That shouldn't be enough to stop you. Guess what? You can be hibernating here all
thank you so
winter
much
if it
for the
weren't for
hydrate.
me.
I'd at least go out for groceries.
Oh, hang on. I have to do the obligatory. There you go. Whoa, that's loud. Is it really, really loud? Hang on. I wonder if there's a way I can change that or fix that. I don't know if I can, because it's attached to the desktop audio. Hang on. There might be a way. How does the game sound to y'all? Because maybe the game's a little too loud. Because they're all connected to the same source. I think the alert is just doubled. What? No, that's cringe. Hang on. Let me see if I can open the settings and fix that really quick, because it should not be doing that. Did everyone else see the gear this time? did everyone see? Did everyone see? That's been a thing since always. For the record, wait, the double redeem sound? That's been a thing forever? I had no idea, because it sounds the same to me as always, and I've never heard, like, people have never brought it up before, so maybe I need to, like, look into, like, Twitch's settings themselves and try to figure that out so it's not as loud. So wait, it doubled. Does that mean he has to hydrate twice? There you go. There you go. But yeah, I didn't bring it up on purpose, Lamau. Well, thanks for that. You know, again, it sounds exactly the same to me, so it's not affecting me at all, so I'm fine. I didn't notice. Flower, you can't do this to me again. I know we all saw the gear. We all saw. Bible, devil. I almost called you just Bible. Devil, don't do this to me. You saw the gear too. It added to the scuff, which I vibe with. You know what? Fair enough. Fair enough. With my general personality being scuffed as it is, all the technical issues we have, It really does just add to it, huh? Like, I could try to figure it out, but you know, whatever. I genuinely didn't notice. Oh no. Oh no, hang on. I mean, oh, as soon as I looked over at the YouTube preview, it was there. But the double I didn't notice. Okay, okay. I don't know why it's doing that. Hang on, maybe is my Discord like connected to something really quick? I'll truly never know because wait, I'm in something called wait, hang on, I am in a voice chat. It's not what the freak? Hang on. Hold up. Hanging? Why am I why am I in a group chat right now? That I can't, my computer, someone did summon me. Someone hit me with a summoning circle, and I'm in a Discord group chat right now. And I can't do anything about it because I'm not in it on my phone. And on my computer, it's not opening Discord. So I get, you know, it's not that big of a deal. We'll just have to deal with the gears. Because Tracy, it keeps trying to put up the interactive Foogies that I have set up. It keeps trying to put up one of those. I can't tell whose. Because it could be a couple of people, you know? But apparently I'm in a group chat somewhere and I'm just unaware. So that's fun. I hope I'm not projecting my voice into it. That'd be so unfortunate for everyone in that group chat if I'm just sitting here yapping to myself in the chat and no one can tell me to shut up. That'd be so unfortunate, but also really funny. I hate getting summoned. It happens way too often. Well, as like the devil, can't you just like say no to it? Couldn't you just be like, nah, bruv, I'm good? Can't, you know? Like, what's a Satanist supposed to do about the devil saying no, you know? Pray to God? What are they supposed to do? But yeah. I mean, it's not that big of a deal. I was just curious as to why it was happening. It's being very funny. But yeah, anyways, we could get back into it. Again, it doesn't really matter that much.
Wow, really living.
Thriving, She playfully claps her hands together. I give a snort of amusement and sit up straighter.
Well, what? Did you want to do more shopping?
No.
Caprice fiddles a bit more, seeming to think over something.
We only have one semester left, huh?
Yeah, thank goodness.
She pouts a little. I look away from the window and towards her, trying to gauge what she's thinking.
I guess it makes sense you're looking forward to it. This has been a heck of a year for you, huh? For me, never mind.
Huh? Oh, what's up?
Actually, I think I better get going.
What? Caprice? Caprice, are you okay? Huh? She hops off the couch, grabbing her hat and donning it without pause as she continues.
Don't worry. I'm actually going to crash back home after all. My mom and I's place.
What brought this on? Why is this happening? My expression must accurately portray how out of left field this is, and my worry, because Caprice quickly tones down the energy to give me a kiss on the cheek.
Really, it's fine, Ollie. It's just something dumb.
Well, do you want to talk about it?
I gotta get better at dealing with things on my own, too.
You don't have to leave to do that.
I know, but, well, you have work soon, and it's just dumb.
No, Caprice, like you said, we don't have work for 4 hours. You can stay.
I don't care if it's dumb.
Because you are the best.
Despite her cheeriness, everything feels wrong. My heart sinks. Is it because we're in our last semester? Something tells me she wouldn't tell me even if I asked. Caprice gives me a soft look. Not a smile, but not a frown either. A look like she's asking me to just drop it for now.
Okay. Do you want me to go with to drop you off?
Nah, I'll be okay. But I'll text you as soon as I'm in.
Only if you get a minute. Can I call you when I'm off work?
Yeah.
Without further fanfare, I get up off the couch and help her collect her few things. The art supplies she grabbed are still sitting in the bags untouched, and the few clothes draped over the back of the kitchen chairs. I throw in a bag of cookies she'd been snacking on since she arrived. She says they don't sell them at her usual grocery store, but I think she just likes them. that's like, I know obviously she's going through a lot of stuff. Like that's been the whole point of like the story essentially is what she and Millie are going through. Like that gave like such. We were talking about it in the last one of like seeing Caprice give up hit so much harder than seeing other characters do it because of like how happy, how non give up, like her tenacity is relentless. She doesn't ever give up on anything like that. So this is kind of like the same thing of like seeing her just be like no energy, down, like not expressive. It's like, oh, this feels like cardinally wrong. This feels like it feels like the universe is incorrect right now. No, she's not. Yeah, I could kind of tell that she's not doing okay. Poor Caprice-san. I mean, Caprice. Caprice looks good in a hat, I think. Rio could learn from that. Oh, listen. I think you can't be too hard on Rio's other design because you just love her like base design so much, you know? Which I get. It is a very good design. I just think I like how cute and simple her like I don't know how to describe it, like her non-default one, the one with the hat essentially. It's a good hat. Yeah, I can reject them, but it's hard when it happens, and I mean this isn't hyperbole all the time, even as we speak. Oh no, for sure. I watch enough YouTube videos to know that people are trying to summon Satan all the time. So yes, I can and I will. Fair enough. I can't stop you. You live life the way you want to. So I won't stop you. And again, we're all allowed our opinions here. We share a quick kiss before she heads off. I close the door behind her. My hand rests on the doorknob for a few moments longer before I shuffle back to the couch. Why does this feel so bad? It's obvious why it feels bad, because like Caprice is completely acting out of character right now, and it just, not good. It's hard to shake the feeling that I did something wrong. I know Caprice would tell me if I did, or at least I think she would. I hope she would? Even with her reassurances, seeing her up and leave so fast the moment her mood turned a bit. I feel my heart weighed down in my chest. Maybe I can talk this out. Not with Caprice since she wants some space, but... Are we going to text Haley? Or call Haley? After an extra second to think it over, I pull my phone out of my pocket, fully collapsing onto the couch as I hit speed dial. Oh, Olive also looks like... They look like... done. No, maybe they're just feeling a little eepy, but like... I don't know. All of it, just like, it seems like that the conversation with Caprice just completely deflated them.
Hello?
Oh, no, it's August. Okay. Listen, I thought it was going to be like another like called out left field moment, but also, hello, August. How's it going?
Hey, Mom. What are you up to?
Oh, Ollie. Hi. How are you? The breakfast rush just ended, so I'm running out to grab more eggs. Can you believe they only ordered 15 dozen for the week? This week! Like, everyone and their grandma won't be treating themselves to a cozy breakfast after the holidays.
Oh, right. Sorry, I'll call back. Or just, see you in a few hours.
I try to laugh it off. Not my worst performance. 6 out of 10. There's an extra pause before she responds.
Olive? What's going on?
Uh-oh. The full first name comes out. Her tone and pace changes instantly. I can almost picture her slowing down her brisk pace, looking around and dropping everything she was doing to focus on the call. She really is too good at catching when I'm not feeling 100%.
It's...
dumb, I want to say. Knowing how that sounds firsthand now, I take a deep breath and start over.
It's Caprice. Do you have a second?
She listens quietly. I try to convey all the information as concisely as possible. The fight, how Christmas went, the art club, and then this morning. Still, as much as I try not to, I know I'm rambling.
I just want to help her. I'm trying to just be there for her, but I don't know if it's enough. She started saying some really sad stuff about feeling like her personality is pushing people away. I love her. I love every part of who she is, but...
My voice trails off, and I feel the stress of it all wash over me in a wave that I can't stop. I try to keep my voice together as tears well up.
I just don't know what to do. She really does her best. And I hate that I can't show her that it's not her fault, that things aren't working out. She's being so unfair to herself. She's amazing. At the very least, I want her to know it, but I can't even do that. I don't know what to do.
My mom shuffles somewhere on the other end of the line. When she speaks again, it's quiet. She must have moved somewhere more private while I was talking.
Oh, Ollie. You are being so hard on yourself. It sounds to me like you really love Caprice, and she really loves you. Why else would she always reach out for you first? Listen, dear. You've always been the type to stop at nothing to try to help the people you love.
I'm taken aback. Her voice takes on a lecturing tone.
Whether it's you burning yourself out on school and work to try to make me proud, or feeling bad because your girlfriend is going through a hard time. You care so much. Please be kinder to yourself.
That's Mom, weaving life advice into reminders of her love. It wasn't that long ago I was on the same couch calling her about failing the semester. She's right. I'm back in the same situation as before.
Okay, Mom. I'll try. But I can't promise I'll stop trying to help in any way I can.
We promised after all. At Christmas, we promised to take care of one another. I can't let that go to waste.
Oh, I know, Olive. I'm sure that's part of why Caprice loves you. Just remember to give yourself a little slack. You can't fix everything just by trying hard enough, right?
That line, hang on. We have the scroll wheel. We can go back. We have the technology.
I know, Olive. I'm sure that's part of why Caprice loves you.
This of just.
Oh, I know, Olive.
I didn't mean to play it that many times.
Remember to give yourself a
Sorry.
little slack. You
Just
can't fix everything just by trying hard
I
enough.
don't know.
Right?
That's such a good way to validate Olive's efforts of pointing out that that's like one of their most like lovable traits, like being like, that's why the person who loves you and is your partner loves you the way that they do. It's like, that's awesome. That made me feel things. I can't believe I used to dislike Olive. We could talk more about it here. I want to read the chat after we get out of the scene. Hang on.
Life has a way of working things out. The most you can do is your best.
Yeah. I love you, Mom.
Love you too, sweetie. See you for the afternoon shift?
I'll be there.
That caught me completely off guard. She hums a little note of affirmation and another quick round of goodbye as we hang up. I'd be dishonest to say the call made me feel entirely better, but it's at least given me enough energy to drag myself up off the couch and make myself productive. I make my way to the kitchen and start on some responsibilities I've been slacking on the past couple days. Things I never normally leave unfinished, but would do so 100 times over for Caprice's sake. As I'm washing the dishes that have piled up in the sink, my phone buzzes a few times. Caprice's trademark machine gun texting. I'm home safe! Heart. I love you! Thanks for being there for me. Or here for me. I smile and reply with a suitable number of green heart emojis in return. Wait, I thought Olive's favorite color was orange. Oh no. It's hard to accept, but I hope my mom is right. I hope this is enough. But I feel like with Olive, I feel like it's like, while I liked Olive the whole time, I don't think it's like not understandable why one wouldn't. Because like at the very beginning of the story, Olive was like a very negative, pessimistic kind of person, you know? Never a very glass half empty kind of person, you know? So like, I feel like that tends to like lead people to like not like jiving with some characters at like the beginning. But again, like that's like a good part of their journey is getting out of the kind of mindset that would lead you like to dislike them, you know? You know what I mean? Hopefully that made sense. Popcorn. So true, Devil. So true. That's sweet. I hate it. You hate how sweet this all is? No matter how many times I read this scene, I just cannot get myself to follow that advice. It's hard advice to follow. Like, it's like... It's sort of like being a better coach than player. Like, I feel like that advice, like, you hear so many times, and people will tell you, like, that all over and over, like, don't be hard on yourself in this way. You gotta, like, let up on yourself in this way. Like, you can't, like, be perfect, yada, 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 like, all that kind of stuff. And And it's easier to say that to other people because you're looking from your perspective, where when you look at someone, you like, especially when it's someone you love, you can look at them and see like all the good that they're doing, all the ways that they're trying their hardest, and all the ways that they need to be like easier on themselves. But when it comes to you, you're your own worst critic. When you're like focusing on yourself and the things that you do, it's so easy to just get blindsided by all like the ad break. Oh no. Gosh darn it. Not as we were talking about what was happening. That sucks. I think I need to get like some kind of BRB screen or something like that, like from when the ad breaks happen, so I can just, you know, dip for a few minutes, come back. that honestly, that would probably wouldn't be too bad of a thing to do, because I really need to make my just starting screen longer, because one of the reasons I started implementing it back, never mind, skip them by leaving stream and rejoining. I guess, you know, that's certainly a way to do it, I suppose. But I'm gonna wait for the ads to be done before we continue. I'm just gonna yap about other things. But one of the reasons why I want to get my just starting screen to be longer is because the ads don't start till about 3 minutes in, and then they go for about 3 minutes. So I was like, I might just readjust the timer I have on my just starting screen and make it a 6-minute timer instead. That way, by the time it's over, all the ads for everyone's done. Because something I've noticed is like, you know, we'll start off stream 3 minutes in, we're all sitting here talking, we're all sitting here yapping, and then, you know, they get hit with ads on the Twitch side. So then it's like, that kind of like cuts it off for everyone like that. I'm like, that kind of sucks. Like, obviously ads are going to be a part of it, because that's just how it is. But yeah, I was like, how do we like minimize that effect? And then it dawned on me, oh, that's why everyone who has ads has the just starting screen. It's not only for people to filter in and like be ready and not have to like be there at the very start of it, but it's so that they can avoid that. Because that's what I've noticed. I've been like timing other people, you know, like you just look at like timing on like other people's just starting screens, like, yeah, it is perfectly synced up for that to happen. Cheating the system. Good on you, Flowey. Good on you, Flowey. Whoa. Wait, what, whoa? Whoa, wait, that was weird. There was a whoa from Devil and a whoa from Flowey at the exact same time. I don't think it showed up on screen for y'all at the exact same time, just because it's slightly ahead for me. But that was crazy. That was crazy. Whoa, it is? What is it? What is it? So yeah, I've been thinking about getting that. And I think also, again, just getting like or making a BRB screen is probably a good idea for those ads. Just for like, you know, when we're talking, get interrupted, or like don't want, like, if we're like, imagine us being in like a huge climactic moment. Like imagine we're like fighting Sans Sundersail, and then like an ad hits and like people miss it. It's like, well, that's sad. That sucks. You know? So like, I want to do that. I also need to get an ending screen. I need to make one of those. Cause all the streams Sans Undersales, yeah, exactly, that Sans Undersales. But yeah, because like a lot of the streams just kind of cut off, and I don't really mind it. But I think like having an ending card would be a good idea. But also, welcome back, welcome. But yeah, what I was like, because like when you're looking at you should do an ad over Sans fight, so you can't verify you beat it first time. You know what? You're right. See, the first attempt of fighting Sans is going to be a subscriber-exclusive fight. I'm going to start an ad as soon as we get into it, and only subscribers will be able to watch. That'd be the scummiest thing. I would hate myself if I did that. That's foul. But anyways, back to what we were saying about Olive before we got interrupted, y'all. But it's just like when you're looking at yourself and like focusing on trying to like what you've done. I feel like a lot of people, because like I was gonna say like me but like it's like, again, I feel like it's just a thing that like most people do, unless you're like genuinely like, I've only met a couple of people who, when they're talking about themselves and what they achieve, focus on the positives rather than I've messed up here, I'm not adequate here, I can't do enough here. So it's like we got to be able to learn how to start taking steps back and actually look at our lives through through a lens that isn't our own biased one. You know what I mean? We got to be able to step back and evaluate what we've actually accomplished, or like what we're doing, that kind of stuff. So anyways, there are other chats to read. I relate to Olive way too much, man. I hate everything Lamau. No, for real. Like, that's like, Because, like, this isn't the first time we've had this conversation with Olive, of, like, them being too hard on themselves, and, like, them not thinking that they're adequate for what they're doing, or that they could be doing more, even though they're already doing so much. And I feel like, again, like, that's just something, like, that's, like, one of the most relatable things ever. Because the amount of times I've, like, laid there staying up at night being like, I filled my day 24/7 with trying to get things done, and, like, doing stuff for myself, for other people, trying to, like, get stuff like that I need to done, and then I sit there being like, man, I really shouldn't have taken that lunch break, huh? I really shouldn't have, like, sat down for 5 minutes to eat that sandwich. I should have, like, kept going while I did that. Then I really would have gotten so much more done. I didn't accomplish enough in a day. So it's stuff like that. Because I feel like that's so relatable for everyone. So true, emoji spam against the rules banner. To be fair, it was only 6. It was only 6. I feel like I have to be a little bit worse than that to count. Or broken up into multiple. I'm so sorry, Mike. I'm so sorry. You guys probably, do you guys hear that every single time I bump the mic? Does it like for you guys? Does it do something like that? Because if so, I feel so bad. But it's going to happen way more. I was already really bad about like just headbutting my mic. The joys of glasses. It was only ever my glasses that would like hit the mic. Especially like, look at mine. They're so big. They're so big. They hit on everything. I was probably going to happen a lot more just because the mic, like, again, the arm is so much closer to my face. Oh, I'm really good at saying positive things about myself. I just got to balance it out by being realistic. No, like, that's what I was kind of trying to... I probably just didn't explain it very well. Like, trying to get, like, you can't just, like, do everything in one way. You have to be realistic about it. You have to be realistic about what you can achieve, about what you've done, whether it be good or bad. It's all about, like, balancing those things. Because you also need to, like, for at least for me, one of the ways I improve is by taking a step back and going, you did this and this thing sucked. Do it again, but good this time, you know? Or like looking at like why I did it wrong, that kind of thing. It's like you gotta balance it out. Whereas I feel like a lot of people, and like again, I only do that sometimes, the balancing it out part. 99% of the time, it's like, I sit there going, man, I really don't do enough. I needed to be doing better. I feel like that's how, again, like a lot of people go through that. Also, there's no one more humble than I am. Agreed, Tracy. I mean, like, the last time we talked about how humble you were, didn't we like crown you the most humble person on planet Earth, and you accepted it very humbly? I believe that was how that went. Do we tell them my superpower is hindsight? Wait, what do you mean? Tell them what? Tell them what? What do you mean by that? Because truly, Tracy, there was no one more humble than you, and I'm glad that you're aware of it and you're so humble about everything. Nothing? You know what? Fair enough. So, alright, well, with all that, of course you did, because literally who could be more humble? Exactly! No one could be more humble than you, and you're aware of it. You know that no one's as humble as you, no one's as good as you in that way, and you're humble about it. So, my superpower is pain. I feel like that's an appropriate power for the devil. So my superpower is, yeah, I feel like everyone could like kind of look back and be like, well, in hindsight, this and this and this. But I feel like that's also like another trap to fall into of like a lot of people will be like, well, with hindsight, I should have known I should have done this instead of this, blah 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 blah. And it's like, shut up. I can't be too judgy because I do the same thing, but it's just like, shut up, stop talking. You're in your head too much. So, but anyways, yeah, let's get back on into it. Work was quiet, especially given the time of year. After the past few days, it was a gift. I find myself extremely thankful for her. The night at home has been even quieter, with just me alone with my thoughts and some white noise coming from whatever's on TV. It's almost too much, going from one extreme to another so fast. It feels like the last time I had a chance to just be alone with myself was a lifetime ago. That's the most relatable thing. I feel like I never have a chance to, like, just exist, to be alone for a little while. It's so... I think that might be the most relatable thing Olive has ever said. My superpower is crunching myself anemia style to write anemia style. Wait, what is anemia style? I feel like I've heard that word before, but I'm unaware of its definition. And it kind of looks like you're trying to make a Fate reference here. Oh, anemia. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. What was I saying? Was I saying, like, anemia? It's anemia. That's bad. That was bad. Hang on. Style? Did I spell this wrong? Oh, no, it's amamia. Okay, hang on. It's an M, not an E. That's why I got confused. The character. Oh. I understand. I understand. Also, when I looked this up, it brought up a car instead of an anime character. So, you know, I'm gonna go with it's a car now. My actual superpower is to automatically be disagreeable with everything I say, unless it's about me. Wait, so, like, your superpower doesn't work if, like, people are talking about you? Like, let's say someone was like, oh, that Flowey guy, smells bad, doesn't take enough baths throughout the day. You'd be like, your power wouldn't activate and you wouldn't immediately disagree with that. It's like a conscious thing that you have to do. If bread in French is pain, then I own every bakery. But it's pan, isn't it? No, that's in Spanish, right? That's pan. Lol, what's your power, Andrew? Oh, yes, Andrew, what's your power? What do it be? I've already talked about, like, what my superpower would be. It would be, Murphy's Law. I always almost say Milo's Murphy's Law because of the TV show, but it's just Murphy's Law. If everything that can go wrong will go wrong. Wait, what? What's your superpower, Andrew? What do you, if you could pick one, what do you think it would be? What would your power be? Like a superpower? Yeah, yeah, that's the question. My doorbell rings. The universe is always quick to correct itself. I managed to drag myself off the couch into the door.
Evening.
Oh my gosh, it's the goat! Oh my gosh! Hello, Wallace!
Oh.
What? No, Olive, you can't respond like that to Wallace. Oh my god, that felt like I got slapped. That felt like I got slapped for Wallace from that. Oh my gosh, are you kidding me? How dare you talk to the boy like that? How dare? What do you mean, oh no, not this guy? Wallace is the best, outside of Haley. But that's what makes them such a good pair, they're the two best. I love Wallace. Wallace just materialized. I'm okay with that, I'm okay. W Olive, how dare you? How dare you talk like that about the goat? Not whoa, what does this Wallace hate? Am I gonna have to add that to the rules of no hating on Wallace? How dare. I can only wonder what he's here for. After yesterday's meeting, it's hard to say his company is appreciated.
Guess I probably deserve that.
His awkward shifting is accompanied by some muted rattling and clanking. I tilt my head downward and quickly find the source. A 6-pack of beer bottles in his offhand.
Figured we could each take one and I'd leave the rest here for you.
If you're trying to make peace, you shouldn't be starting with me.
I know. I'll apologize to Caprice as soon as I can. But I want to talk with you, specifically.
After a moment of indecisiveness and a sigh, I move out of the way and beckon him inside.
You can take the rest with you. I don't keep alcohol in the apartment normally. Thanks, though.
Straight and narrow, huh?
Also, alcohol just sucks, so there's that. He practically beelines for the couch, placing the cardboard beer holder on the coffee table.
You okay with drinking in here, at least?
Yeah, just don't overdo it. I don't have a spare bed.
As I lock the door and join him on the couch, he pulls out two of the bottles, passing one over to me after removing the cap. We both just sit there for a while, me taking the occasional sip while he takes large swigs at a time. Oh no, he's probably not doing all right, huh?
So, yesterday was something.
That's probably the best way to describe it, yeah.
Don't suppose you'd be up to explaining what went down over the holidays? Not gonna twist your arm about it, though.
I'm not sure where to even begin.
Caprice tried to smooth things over with Millie with a gift, and it backfired. I'm oversimplifying things, but that's more or less what it boiled down to.
Wallace wordlessly brings the bottle up to his lips again. How on earth is there even beer still left in there? Talkative as always. I want to tease more out of him, but it's hard to do so when grunting is half of his vocabulary.
Something wrong?
No. Just thinking.
He pauses again. He doesn't lift his bottle this time. It must finally be running low.
I tried to get back into the writing club.
Oh? Also, Wallace didn't open his mouth while saying that. That's the last thing I needed to hear after how yesterday went. Poor Caprice.
Try?
Told Millie I'd be willing to come back and help get things back on track. She shot me down pretty quick, though.
Probably because the club's, like, gone under, probably, at this point. That's... Huh. I actually have no idea what to make of that.
Did she say why?
She just said she'd manage, and urged me to stick with Caprice. Nothing explicit. It is not hard to connect the dots.
It's not hard to be frustrated at the revelation. I feel my face wrinkle a bit as I think the new development over.
Those two are so much alike that it hurts.
And Wallace quickly puts words to my thoughts better than I could.
Not just them, I guess.
Wallace turns his head to me, a puzzled expression on his face. Before I continue, I place my bottle down on the table, content with my 2 or 3 small sips of it.
Even if you were doing it to help Millie out, you shouldn't have tried to leave without saying anything.
Yeah. Yeah.
The message seems to get across. He takes another small sip from his bottle, rationing out the rest of it.
When the club dissolved around her, it was a wake-up call. No one was there for the actual writing. It was just one big hangout for a large group of friends. I think that hurt her more than the overnight abandonment. Even the folks she has over there now don't really care about it. I figured if I could pop my head in and actually participate, it'd do at least a little to help calm things down.
What they're dealing with right now totally eclipses club stuff, though.
Yeah, I know, but little things add up. Yesterday should be enough proof of how important these things are to them.
He's got a good point as any. It's obvious to anyone how Caprice was bothered after how yesterday's meeting went.
Caprice would have been hurt by you leaving too, though.
Yeah, it's a pretty bad situation to be in all around. I guess I was just tired of doing nothing.
The bottle meets his lips for one last time, before being placed back in its container, finally emptied of its contents.
It's hard to help one without the other.
Something like that.
I figured if Caprice got upset, it'd just be a temporary hurdle. She has a lot of people she can fall back on. Now, Millie, though. Well, there's Haley, I suppose.
Haley mentioned.
Tanya I'm not too familiar with, and Heather is... Heather.
He grimaces, just recalling her name. The fact that I can so clearly remember her after just 2 interactions several months ago probably isn't a good thing for her case either.
Yeah, I get it. It always feels like I'm not doing enough myself. We just gotta do what we can with the cards we're dealt, even if it's not much.
Wallace grunts as he stands up, grabbing a stash of alcohol in the process.
Terrible hand, though.
One of the worst.
I join him, taking my lone bottle in my hand, as he makes his way to the door.
That was the last thing I could think to do, so I guess it's on you now. The burden of young love, huh?
Everyone in the club can help by being there at the start of the semester. For both of them.
A slight smile manages to sneak its way back onto his face, even if the beard makes it hard to notice.
I'll do what I can, then. Have a good...
Yeah.
Oh.
See you
Hang on,
back in
hang
the
on, hang
club
on.
room.
I'll do what I can, then. Have a good night, Olive.
Yeah. See you back in the club room.
After he closes the door behind him, I take one more drink from my bottle and pour the rest down the sink. Hang on, what happened over here in the chat? No, Lee, well, listen, Flowey. You're allowed to dislike characters, but please don't spam the messages so much. just keep that in mind. You're allowed to not like characters, just don't put that many messages about it. Thank you. But he's so cool. Incorrect. He's so hot then. Oh my, agreed. No, he's so lukewarm. I don't even know what that means, but no. I feel like lukewarm is like, they're like a 5.5, 6 out of 10 kind of thing. You know what I mean? It's like that range. It's like that range. What the home is happening? It's just hatred. It's just hatred over here. I hate Heather. The only thing Wallace is right about. Oh my gosh, all of you are floating. Oh, okay, yeah. Thank you again. It's not like you're like trouble or anything. Just Don't spam the same concept, I guess, essentially over and over. But yeah, again, I'm a Heather fan. I just think she's funny. The quiet sounds of the evening make their way through my window, heard despite the TV absently playing. Be right back, gonna help with the dishes real quick. 5 minutes tops. Sure. Have fun. Our texts to each other over the past days have been short, but almost non-stop since she arrived, to the point where I'm almost worried I'm distracting her from her stay. On her end, she's quick to bring up conversations about absolutely nothing, and she's always ready to reply within a couple seconds of me sending anything, no matter how inane. I put my phone down, confident I'd have at least a few minutes while she was away, but to my surprise, my phone buzzes not long after. I'm initially impressed at how quick she got her chores done. Before I pick up my phone, I realize it's not her. Haley, come on. Yes, let's go. Howdy, how's she doing? All settled in yet? Ready for visitors? I stare confused at my screen, trying to decipher Haley's strange joke. Let's go, Haley. She's back. She's back. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Let's go. Let's go, Haley. Hi, Haley. Oh, you were so close. You were so close, Flowey. You were like half the word off. There you go. Yeah. See, there we go. Oh, right, Haley. Right, Haley in the chat. Question mark. Question mark, question mark. What are you talking about? Your girlfriend? Question mark, question mark, question mark. On cue, the doorbell rings. Well, to answer your question, Haley, no, I'm not ready for visitors. How dare you say that about Haley? Oh, it's Haley and Millie. Hello? I opened the door just barely to see Haley and Millie. Millie and Sorry, I'm just so ready to see Haley. Her name just kind of went in front of Millie's. Millie looks at me with a painfully forced smile, a small tote bag in her hands, tilting her head slightly towards me.
It's us. Just came to drop off a couple housewarming gifts. And talk to Caprice, of course.
Yeah, this is why you text ahead of time to actually make sure Caprice is here.
It's cold. Let us in.
Okay, Haley, okay. My apartment isn't much warmer, but I concede enough to let them in before closing the door behind them. I turn back towards them, trying to figure out exactly what's going on. As Millie walks through, she calls out to the empty apartment.
Caprice, it's me. And Haley. I was thinking about that painting, and, I think you were right. Wanna hang it up together?
Oh, wait, what? Hang on, wait, what? Hang on. What? What made this change in Millie? Because in Millie's route, correct me if I'm wrong, but didn't it take towards, like, basically the end for Millie to be like, hey, this painting, it's good. It's not, like, taking it as, like, the actual peace offering that it was meant to be. And that was, again, like, through all the development and, like, help that she went through, like, in that route. So, like, what is causing this? Not just progressively getting further away. Is she really just going to pretend nothing happened after all of that?
Caprice! Did she head out or something?
I don't have any other plans tonight if you want to wait for her.
Sure, we can...
She's not here.
Millie and Haley snap out of their own personal worlds. My tone surprises me too.
What?
She's at her mom's place. She stayed the night here after her club, but left the next morning. You didn't run into each other, or...?
We came home to an unlocked door after a grocery run and thought we got robbed or something.
The only room that looked disturbed at all was hers. She told us she was going out for a little while last we spoke, so we just assumed.
Oh, Flower, I was talking about your spelling of Haley. That's what I was talking about. With getting further away.
Going out for a little while. She didn't tell you anything?
Obviously, if she did, we wouldn't be here.
If this is how the two have been trying to solve things, it's no wonder their argument has gotten to this point.
And you thought that the best response to her trying to make some distance for a few days would be to barge in here without any prior warning and scare her into a conversation?
It was my idea.
It's nothing she hasn't done before to me. She's the one always saying problems need to be solved face to face.
You know what? That's fair. That's fair.
You know it's different when someone is asking for space, right? You of all people should know that.
And Olive countered with an excellent point. Let's go.
On top of that, coming in here like nothing happened. Do you have any idea how horrible she feels about Christmas? Do you want her to just pretend everything's okay?
You never try to explain anything, and when we do finally get you to open up, it's all a big contradictory mess. And here Millie is, after screaming that she wanted Caprice out of her life, she's here, sweeping everything under the rug and trying to make amends with a portrait that she hated just a few days ago.
Hey.
Haley's voice is cool, but there's an edge of warning to it. I feel the lingering need to say more, try and make her see how much she's hurting the people around her dissipate. At the same time, my phone buzzes off. I take it out, trying to give myself a moment to collect my thoughts again. Back! 1,000 million smiley faces. You there? Yeah, sorry. I take a deep breath. Obviously they're here to talk to Caprice. I won't ask her to oblige, but at the very least I want to give her the chance. I know I'd want to know if someone came looking for me. Hey, are you free to talk right now? Like, over voice, I mean?
What's up?
Gonna give her a call. I wanted to ask first, though. You know, common etiquette stuff.
My frustration is starting to subside, but it looks like just enough managed to hold on for me to glare a couple daggers at the two. See, that emoji spam's a little bit more understandable about going against it. You know, a bannable offense, for sure, for sure.
Hey.
Hi! It's so good to hear you. It's been such a busy day, it feels like it's been forever.
Haley and Millie are perfectly still, as if to avoid Caprice's non-existent gaze.
So what's up? Just miss my voice that much?
It'd be nice to chat if you want to, for sure. But I'm actually calling because I got some guests over.
Oh.
Seems that was enough to clue her in on what's happening. I turn my head back to the two home invaders, only for Millie to avert her eyes.
Yeah. They were worried you ran away or something.
I guess I did. I specifically told them it was just for a bit so they wouldn't worry, but I guess I just made them your problem instead. Sorry, Ollie.
That's fine.
Olive, can you put her on speaker?
I'll ask. Hey, Caprice. Millie wants to talk with you. Do you mind if I turn the speaker on, or pass my phone over or something?
Please don't. Please.
Oh. What a mess of a situation this is. Millie looks at me expectantly for an answer, and all I can do in response is shake my head. Her shoulders slump.
I really don't want to talk to her. I thought I was doing the right thing, and after, well, you know, I think it's better this way.
Millie and Haley must have either heard themselves or noticed my face start to droop as they try to get closer. I'm quick to turn away, making sure Caprice's request is honored as best I can.
So, this is probably gonna be more than an overnight stay, huh?
Yeah, probably. I was thinking more like 2 weeks, maybe longer.
Oh.
I see.
I should have been honest with you about it. Sorry, I wasn't really sure until I got here. On the bright side, you can come visit anytime you want. There's some moving boxes and stuff, but it's not too far from your work.
That sounds nice. Just send me the address and we can figure out a time.
Sure thing. Oh, but if you come, don't bring Millie with you. Haley either, actually. I feel bad that she's been lumped into this too, but, you know, it'd be awkward.
I feel bad for saying this, but yeah, this is the only time I'll agree with someone for not wanting to see Haley right now. So, that's crazy.
Yeah, no problem. I gotta see them off, so give me a few minutes. We can pick up afterward.
Okay. Love you. Bye.
Love you too.
And with a click, she's gone for now. I put my phone back into my pocket as I spin around to the two.
Well,
She's fine. Don't worry.
well, there's that at least.
I'll be visiting her in the next day or two. Pretty much whenever I get the all clear.
I'll drive you.
I'm just going to take the trolley. You not being there was the one caveat she gave me.
But that's probably to be expected.
I don't want to keep the two apart if there's any chance of mending this bridge, but I'm not about to betray Caprice's trust to make it happen.
I'm counting on you then.
I don't really think I can do anything except be there.
That'll be enough, hopefully.
The three of us take a collective breather, the frenzy of the last few minutes taking their toll. Once the mood starts to settle back into something resembling normal, the two start for the door.
See you later. You know how to reach me if you gotta.
Will do.
Something is still bothering me. I hope I can communicate better than earlier.
Millie, do you have a second?
Millie stops at the door as Haley exits, and they both look back. After exchanging a look, Millie nods, assuring Haley she'll be right there.
If it's about barging in here, I'm sorry. Wallace said she had left with you after the club, so I just...
It's not about that, no.
I sigh. As much as her finding things out through gossip with Wallace isn't really the ideal scenario, in any reality, it's not the main issue.
Look, I don't want to tell you what to do. You and Caprice mean a lot to each other, right?
She hesitates but doesn't deny it. A small nod is all I get in response.
I can't imagine what you're going through. I'm sure Caprice can't either. But I know it can't be easy. But this hiding behind a smile, running away from everything and then blowing up, over and over again, it's not sustainable. Whatever you need, I'm sure Caprice will try her best to provide it. But if you don't tell her what it is, she's just going to keep guessing and guessing, even if she gets it wrong. She's not the type to give up, but at some point, she might. She's not invincible either.
Even after all this,
That's all I wanted to say.
Millie clams up, something I should be used to by now. She doesn't leave immediately though, glancing down towards the floor.
I'll see you around, Olive.
That's as best as I can hope for right now, I guess. A couple of small waves and a closed door later, I'm alone. My phone is silent for the first time all day. I resign myself to turning in early. I almost said tuning in early. Hoping naively the extra sleep might somehow fix how I'm feeling. It never does. Haley is very caring. I love Haley, but I also love Caprice as characters. Oh yeah, no, for sure. That's what makes it hard about like again, we've talked about it before, but like the Haley love isn't like a bit or anything. Like I just really like Haley. So it's like being like, oh, I have to like disagree with her and be like, get out of here, Haley, go away. Or don't go to Caprice or whatever. It's like, oh, that sucks. That sucks to do. But also I love Haley and Olive. Haley and Olive have an awesome relationship. Oh no, for real, for real. I think I like it a lot more in this one than the Millie route, because I think here there's just like more of it, essentially. Like there's a lot more scenes of them texting. I feel like there's more scenes of them like being together and actually talking about things, even if it's like they're very short little scenes. I feel like it's just like more frequent here, so I feel like it's really giving them a chance to actually like build more of a dynamic. There we go. I figured it out. I know how to say it. So yeah, I really do like them. Have I spelt it right yet? No. Last night was a smooth transition from laying in my bed, staring at the ceiling, and eventually dozing off. Once the sky began lightening. Oh, that's rough. I managed to get about 3 hours of shut-eye before the buzzing of my phone. It was easy for me to push through the exhaustion as I was rushing out the door, but after a long and unusually crowded trolley ride, I'm finding the exhaustion slowly catching up with me. Whoa, that animation in the background. Oh, I know, for real. It's giving Map a run for its money. I'm on my way. 1,000 exclamation points. I'll be waiting. Still got like 20 minutes. Exactly. See you soon. Oh, the little smile at that. That was so cute. Caprice's complex stands rather tall, sandwiched between two similarly sized buildings. I follow her directions thus far, and the layout isn't too dissimilar to mine, so it doesn't take me long at all to navigate its corridors. Now comes the hard part. Oh, she did it. She did it. Oh, she dyed her hair. Oh my gosh. It happens regardless. That's so funny. Because again, I thought like last time when it was like brought up for the first time of being like, haha, wouldn't it be crazy if I did that? Now let's move on kind of thing. Oh, hello, social. How's it gonna go? How's it gonna go? How's it going? How's your night been? You've been up to anything fun? We're just here doing more TWOFOLD, obviously, and having a good time. You know, we're still.
Hey, come in.
I didn't mean to do that. I'm sorry. We're just mostly going through, you know, the emotional part. I feel like this and the last part have both been like very emotional. Of just like everyone's just kind of at their limit essentially. So, but yeah, how's it going? How's it hanging? She takes me by the arm and pulls me into the apartment without a second of hesitation. I should have figured she wasn't over-exaggerating. She really has been waiting, right by the door.
Mom, Ollie's here.
Be right there.
Caprice shouts in the general direction of their hallway before doubling back to close the door behind us. I rub my eyes, trying to get the sleepiness out of them. My eyesight has been blurry, sure, but she looks different, doesn't she?
How was the trip? Cold? You should really bundle up more, you know.
I love how quizzically Olive is inspecting Caprice.
Says you. A hoodie isn't a coat.
I run warm.
Is she going to bring it up? Should I?
So... You look nice, by the way.
Oh, right. This.
I didn't realize you were being serious when you brought it up before. It looks really good.
I didn't really realize it either, but, you know, I just kept thinking about it. And I just really wanted to change, I guess.
You know, I was gonna be a little mean and be like, you know, this is the one time I gotta be a hater on someone. I was gonna be like, you know, I really just prefer not the hair dye, but look how happy she is. She's even got like the little blushies because of Olive complimenting her, and it's like, oh, well, I can't be mad at you. I mean, I can't be mean to you. Hello, game. Oh, there we go. She absentmindedly plays with a few stray blue streaks, twirling them around her finger and admiring them. I feel a small pang of sadness at how much I dismissed the idea at first. I resolve to make sure I don't do that again. Seeing how happy the little changes made her despite all of the stress, I wish I could have been by her side to make it happen. I hang close by, not wanting to disturb anything. I have to lift my elbow a bit as I move aside, trying to avoid toppling over any boxes.
Anyway, thanks for coming. Oh, shoot, sorry.
I'm not gonna lie, I thought that was like a... I thought that was like a notification on our end or something. I like it too. It looks nice. Oh, that was just the universe trying to align, so then we have to disagree on something. I'm sorry about that, Flowey. How dare you? Why would you criticize the character for changing design? I mean, who would do that? Oh, yeah, I would, for sure. Who on earth would ever do that, Flowey? Definitely not you. Caprice's phone starts going off, and she holds up one finger in a small motion and glances at it. Her face falls when she looks at the screen. Rather than answer it, she cancels the call. There's very few options of who it could be to give her such a reaction. Caprice avoids my gaze.
I can give you some space if it's important.
Nope, not at all.
Her phone buzzes a few times in her pocket. If she's purposely been doing this, the surprise visit last night makes a lot more sense. I can't comment on it though, as not even a moment later, Charlie emerges from a small door in the hallway. She sets down some packing tape on the nearby shelf as she approaches.
Hi again, Olive. Nice to have you. Sorry for the mess.
Ah, don't worry. I've seen worse.
It'll get worse before it gets better, I'm afraid. How have you been?
It takes me a second to come up with an answer that doesn't feel dishonest, and another to get over how Caprice and Charlie are staring directly at me, putting me in the center of attention.
You know, as well as anyone can be.
Oh, let's go. That's alright, let's go with the vague answers. I love it.
I understand. I ended up hearing about it last night when Caprice was asking about you coming over.
The mere mention of it is enough to have Caprice divert her eyes from Charlie and I. It doesn't seem to stop her mom from addressing it all the same.
I figured you just wanted some space when you came over unannounced, which is fine. But please don't do something like this without telling them. Millie must be worried sick.
They found out in the end anyway, it's whatever. Anyway, let me give you the grand tour.
I look to Charlie. The atmosphere of the room rests entirely on her. She catches me staring, quickly masking her melancholy with a smile.
Go ahead. This place is tiny though. I can't imagine it being all that grand.
I may start putting some of the game music on my playlist. It's such a, like, I don't know. Like, I will sometimes just turn on the game. Like, I probably have, like, way too many hours in this game, because sometimes while I'm specifically, like, working or writing or drawing, I will, because this game has a jukebox option, so I'll just, like, turn it on and go to the jukebox and just sit there and, like, vibe with it while working on other stuff. I think it's, like, I don't know. It's really good. Like, granted, is the OST on Spotify? I'm not actually sure. I know it's on YouTube, but I don't actually use Spotify too much. Hang on, let me check. Spotify. Wait. Hang on. What's a better way to do this? Because I know nothing about how Spotify actually works. I'm not even entirely sure of how to look stuff up on there. I'll figure it out. Because I know some companies put their stuff on Spotify, but others are like, no. Nor do I. Like, I think, like, I've always wanted to try and, like, try Spotify more, but it's just the fact that, like, it, like, kind of plays songs almost at random, and that's, like, really annoying. Yeah, there's the soundtrack on Steam, but, Tracy, do you know if it's on Spotify or anything like that? Because now I'm just curious. I don't think it is. Yeah, I'm not finding anything. I'm looking stuff up by, like, the composer and, like, Lisa, who, like, sings, Tracing Footsteps is the name of the song, I believe. And nothing is coming up for it, so I don't think so. Yeah. Would have been interesting anyways. It was Millie. Hi, Charlie. Yeah. Hello, Charlie. From the devil from the Bible. If I know I'm going to spend my money, I know what my money is going to be spent on. It's a good one. It's a banger. Again, I mean, all of, like, the music, it is obviously not the same, but all the music I have on the Just Chatting screen is all from Please Be Happy, just because I have, like, the soundtrack downloaded and everything like that. So, like, I want to really start, like, adding this into, like, the mix of it all, because I think I also have it. I should. If not, that's an L on my part, but we'll see. I believe I do. Go ahead. Wait, she said that part. She read that part. There we go.
I learned my presentation skills from the best. It'll be great.
Okay, sure. Lead the way.
Caprice grabs me by the hand, leading me approximately 3 feet into the living room. Excellent. So good. I have never heard of that before. Please Be Happy? No, there's no way. You have to have heard of Please Be Happy. It's like half of what I talk about. It comes up like almost every single one of these streams. Come on, there's no way. There's no way. But yeah, Please Be Happy is just another visual novel made by Studio Laud. So it's super worth checking out if you haven't. I just reread your message. Oops. Despite Charlie's skepticism, Caprice finds no trouble finding a story for each and every tiny knickknack still hanging on their walls or sitting on their shelves. Even the everyday and mundane has a memory attached to it. Nope, I tune you out a lot? That's so fair. I would do the same. We end up flipping through their small collection of movies, a wave of nostalgia flooding over the two as they take turns looking over each and every one.
She loved that stuff, with the animals. Always put on the same DVDs again and again.
What can I say? I liked what I liked. And if I didn't choose the movie, Mom would put on something boring.
Like a cartoon.
Exactly! You're bad luck. You only got the boring episodes.
It doesn't take long from there to move to the kitchen area, consisting mostly of the usual appliances, and a small table tucked away in the corner.
The place is already tiny, but it feels like we lived exclusively in the kitchen a lot of the time. That table specifically.
The homework table.
Ugh.
You got an error, OMG. Listen, maybe that's my special power. I do that a couple times. Once or twice.
Reminds me of the countertop back at your apartment. I don't think I ever got a chance to see it without it covered in books and notes.
Caprice walks on over, taking the seat closest to the wall before beckoning me to join her. The cushion on the chair feels flat, undoubtedly from years of use. Charlie opts to stay standing idly, putting dishes away.
Look! There's still a weird wart from that time I spilled juice and covered up with a plate so Mom wouldn't see it.
Caprice with her hand over a slightly lifted part of the table, patting it proudly. She must have hit it really well.
Do you cook?
Charlie makes a so-so motion with her hands and laughs.
I didn't really have a lot of time to learn. We had to wake up early to go to work, and by the time we got home, it was already bedtime.
Takeout was our best friend.
It did let us spend some quality time together at the end of the day, since we didn't have to worry about dishes or anything. Anyway, I didn't get to babysit too often for that same reason, but I always made sure Caprice and Millie both had snacks on hand whenever I could.
No, Social is not gonna fix that error. Social did not make this one. That's why not both that Social made, so.
You were basically a pro. You could have given Ollie a run for their money.
Olive would have been around 6 or so. I don't think it would have been very fair.
You know what I mean.
Nah, 6-year-old Olive had hands. They could have done it.
Well, not to brag, but I do think I've mastered the art of instant chocolate chip cookies.
Millie always used to tell me that was the best part about coming over.
Oh, did she? That's the first I've heard of it.
Mm-hmm. I remember her always being super excited about coming to visit.
I love cooking, but only once or twice a day, lol. I used to really love cooking until I realized I have to, like, do it so much more, because I used to cook a lot while I was living with my parents. Like, if, either my parents were, too busy to, make it or, get anything, yada yada, that kind of stuff, I'd be like, oh yeah, I could just make stuff, and that's why I just taught myself how to cook from doing that. I just be send me the recipes and the instructions, and then from there, that's what taught me how to do it. So I took a lot of that into life when I moved out. But then I realized, I really don't like making new things every day, because it turns out it takes up a lot of time. So maybe we just shouldn't do that, you know? So that's why I make a lot of, now in my life, over the past 2-ish years, I started making a lot of stuff like just eggs or chicken and stuff that you can add to other stuff that's really easy to make, that you can make a big batch of at once. On Sundays, I'll just make a big batch of food before the week starts, so then throughout the week I don't have to spend any time worrying about actually cooking anything up. I can just throw stuff in the microwave and stuff like that. So wait, what are we cooking? That's the average amount. Well, there's also breakfast. There's breakfast, lunch, and dinner. I know what we're cooking. What are we cooking? What are we doing? What's up? Charlie laughs as if remembering a joke.
I think that says something bad about me. Mike was always a stickler for healthy snacks only, wasn't he?
Well, it wasn't all bad. His snacks had their own charms.
You know, when you say it like that, it sounds so convincing.
Don't try too hard to convince yourself. I know how much you hate pears.
Well, that's just because pears are just the worst version of apples. Their conversation is vague and personal, but my imagination can fill in the blanks. I see it clear as day. Caprice and Millie sitting here, scratching away at some doodles or a math sheet, nibbling away at whatever Charlie prepared for them that day. Mike coming in to pick his daughter up, maybe staying a bit longer for dinner, and doing it all over and over again at the Clark's house. I don't need a first-hand account to see how much of a family these two homes really are. I guess Millie disagrees, but I wonder if she looks back fondly on those times regardless.
I miss those days.
Me too, sometimes. More than sometimes lately. Occasionally, I sit here and...
She fidgets with a fork in her hands.
Well, wish it was a bit more crowded.
She and Caprice shift their heads downwards in an almost perfect unison.
It used to feel a lot bigger.
Because you used to be a lot smaller.
You know, Caprice probably isn't that much taller from when she was a kid. A smile returns to Charlie's face as she drags the mood back onto its feet. I'm more than willing to do my part.
She's not exactly very big now.
Well, let's go, Olive. Me and you, we share the same brain. Oh, let's go. Let's go. That's awesome. I love my ability to just see the script of whatever we're playing.
Hey, it's not like you're a giant yourself.
Olive's got like a good 4 inches on you, hun. All right. Landed. It's so perfectly. That was such a perfect moment right there. I love that. I tussle her hair and she weakly swats me away with her hands. Little blue highlights peek out at the movement. It really is cute.
Taller than you.
She makes up for it with pure energy.
Tell me about it.
That's how she compensates for the size. It's just pure, raw, unadulterated energy. I wrap Caprice into a hug and she squeezes me tightly in our turn. I hear her phone vibrate in her pocket again, but she makes no attempt to even glance at it.
Come on, I'll show you my room next.
She grabs my hand and begins to lead me away.
I'll finish cleaning up. Take your time.
Jesse, we need to cook. What is that? Oh, is that a Breaking Bad reference? Oh. Suggest a poll if you're stuck in a room with one of them. For who would you? Do you want to rephrase that question really quick though, Flowey? For how long? For how long? Because otherwise, is this like a cuffed together forever kind of situation, or what do you mean? Oh, I just got so sleepy out of nowhere. Sorry about that. Oh my gosh. The otter on the bed is so freaking cute. Also, I'm gonna have to politely decline that poll just because I don't want us ranking each other. You know, I feel like that's weird. I feel like that's weird to do. So if you want to suggest another poll, or we could refund your points if you wanted to. Oh, a stretch? Oh. Thank you. I was gamer moding a little too hard right there. I was way too hunched over. Okay, yeah, again, if you have another poll idea you want, then we can do that. Otherwise, we can just give you your points back. Can I have my money back? Oh, the posture check. Ooh, I kind of did both at the same time with the stretch. Because I feel like that, when you're, stretching, I feel like you're, I want to stretch my... That was God, that was bad. When I'm stretching, I want to stretch my back, too, so I tend to, that, helps. But another posture check's always a good thing. Tracy, would you be able to refund Flowey's points for them? Please and thank you if you're able to. If not, then I can just do it. But this is the cutest room ever. I love, obviously because you love the aquarium so much, it was all themed around that. We got the otters, the 2 pictures of them, the little sticker. I want to speak to Y. You want to speak to Y? What does that mean? And then we got the little shark thing with the plant in it and a polar bear. That's adorable. Wait, can we read these books? Hang on. I'm getting in close, inspecting. No, I don't think I can. I don't think I can read them. Oopsie doopsies. Oh, the this walrus thing is so cute. That's adorable. Hang on. I don't know. I'm just in love with this bedroom. I'm in love with this bedroom right now. Hang on, let me... do you know who I am? You're Azriel, right? That's your name? That's what you go by? Karen? So true, social. Whoa, why am I angry all of a sudden? So, I didn't mean to be angry. Oh, okay. I know how to do this. I'm teaching myself. Let me go like this. Oh, I went to the wrong place. Hang on. Let me do. So, Flower, are you gonna tell us who you are, or was it like a rhetorical question? What's up? What's going on? I ran a refund for this terrible service. You're getting one. Relax. Chill. Hang on. My computer's lagging. I'm Flowey. Yes, well... Yeah, we assumed that. So, we assumed that one, bud. I just wanted to stop by and say hi. Take care. No, absolutely take care. Have a great rest of your night, social. Have a good one. Good night. I'm a busy flower. Hurry up. What else do you have to do, Flowey? What else do you even got going on, huh? Outside of this. Is that a mean thing to ask? Hang on. Wait. Sleep? Oh, that's so fair. That's fair. Hang on. I just realized I haven't said anything for a while. Hang on. Give me just a second. I got ADHD moment and I started reading a completely different part. I was just kind of looking at all the stuff that I have. And I was like, ooh, let me look at this thing. Let me look at this thing. Hang on, give me just one moment. Flowey, I'm sorry to say this. I think I'll have to refund your points next time. or do something for you. I'll let you suggest a poll for free. I apologize. I don't want to completely derail things while I try to figure out how to do it. And it's looking complicated for me to do that. So yeah, I'll figure that out. And yeah, we'll figure it out. Caprice's childhood room looks about what I expected. Blue from top to bottom. Guess she's always been consistent about that. The various posters and canvases littering her walls don't stick out as a surprise either. If the living room is anything to go by, I'm sure the numerous toys, and other bits and bobs all have their own story.
Just how I left it. Well, since moving out in general. Obviously, I was sleeping here the last couple of nights.
It's very you. Coulda swore your favorite color was orange, though.
No, Olive, that's obviously you.
Har har.
She sits on the bed as I walk over to the desk, stuffed in the corner. There are papers scattered on it from old schoolwork to sketches. The entire desktop is like a moment frozen in time.
Hey, did you draw these in high school?
I hold up one of the papers filled with figure sketches.
Yep, I took art classes back then too. Oh, check this out.
I join her on the bed as she grabs a plush otter, worn and well-loved.
Mike got him for one of my birthdays when I was little. Mom said I refused to open any other presents after, and since then they've always joked about how they could never top it.
Her voice begins to shake as she gently strokes the otter's fake fur. Oh
I
no.
didn't take him with me when I moved out for college. I guess I took the idea that he'd always be there for me when I came back for granted, but now that...
She allows that train of thought to hang in the air while she tries to find the best way to end it. The silence is eventually broken by a small sniffle and then another. She opens her mouth to speak, but that only manages to fully shake her resolve. As tears start streaming down her face, she buries her face in the toys in a vain attempt to mask her weeping.
Hey, you okay?
I'm fine. It's just, you know, I have to decide what to take with me before we tear this place apart. All the furniture, all our stories, everything, so it's not my room anymore, and this isn't our home anymore, and...
I feel like this is just a moment that can like very well be paralleled to Millie's mom. Just kind of the feelings of Caprice is going through of like, this place isn't going to be here anymore, like it's getting torn apart, like yeah, we can take a lot of like the memories and stuff with it, but it's not going to be here. So, and you can very much like again, it's not the exact same thing, but it is like a good parallel to what Millie's going through. Wait, whoa, game? She buries her face into me now, trying to do a better job of stifling her crying. I had seen her at her lowest the past few days, or that's what I believed until now. Is this how she always handles it? I wonder how much Caprice has cried lately. Is it a lot? Or is it only because she's keeping it in all this time? I don't ask, only comforting her with an embrace. After a few moments, she murmurs,
Wanna go for a walk?
Sure.
Her phone buzzes loudly, more text messages. She gives a frustrated sigh but still makes no move to attend to it.
Okay. Can you wait outside my room for a minute?
You got it. Take your time.
Thanks.
She wipes her eyes on her sleeve as she lifts her head up from my shoulder. I leave her with a small smile and exit quietly, giving her space to recompose herself. I wander to the living room, Charlie sitting on the sofa, the grim expression on her face telling me she must have overheard the most important bits.
Everything all right?
Yeah, we're going for a walk. She just needs a minute.
It's hard, you know, leaving this place. Caprice says she's happy with how things worked out between Mike and I, but she's really suffering from the effects of it too.
Moving isn't ever easy. Even after doing it a few times, I always miss things about the previous place.
Hang on. There we go. Gone. Dead. Deleted.
Still, the good outweighs the bad for her, I think.
Oh, I know. I just find myself wishing more and more these days that Aid were still here.
I can almost hear the second part of that sentence. If she were here, none of this would have happened.
I'm sure.
But that's such a depressing thought, but it's also like, but it's also, I don't know, it's a depressing thought about a sad subject, you know, of like wishing she was still here because like she's your friend. It's also just a human life and like all that stuff, but like also it's impact her life and change a lot of things. I don't know. That's just a rough line. She responds to the long, heavy exhale.
The Clark house was always a second home. We'll eventually be fine. Millie, though, I'd give anything to help repair that bridge, if she'd let me.
She's going to have to accept what's going on. Doesn't matter if she wants to or not.
Caprice has emerged from her room, bundled up in her usual winter wear. A couple sketchbooks are thrown under her left arm with a megaphone occupying her right hand. Wait, what are you doing? What are you doing? The hat ruins the dyed hair. Does it? I think maybe it's just because, again, I'm not the biggest fan of the dyed hair, but I think I see what you mean.
Caprice.
I tried to get her to understand. We've done everything we could, Mom. She doesn't care, so we shouldn't either. I thought our friendship meant more to her, but I guess I was wrong. I give up.
The three words I never expected her to say finally leave her lips. My chest hurts, and Caprice's nonchalant tone twists the knife further in.
Caprice, hey.
You don't mean that.
The shock in Charlie's voice betrays any sense of confidence in that sentence. A cold, pale sweeps over the room as Caprice shrugs.
I know she's been calling you all day. Can you imagine how alone she feels right now?
How she feels? What about me? What about you?
We have each other, Caprice. Mike is here for us, and Olive is here for you, too. She only has you.
Had? She made it plenty clear she doesn't want me in her life, Mom. She said so, word for word.
It was a stressful night for everyone.
Stop trying to make excuses for her. She can't just lash out all the time and expect us to just...
Another phone call, ending her thought with a grunt and whipping out her phone only to turn it off. Caprice turns towards the door.
Whatever. Wanna go, Ollie?
Caprice gestures towards the door with her head. She avoids direct eye contact with both me and Charlie as she walks past us.
Sure.
Where are you going?
Just down to the pond. We'll be back later.
Okay. Take care. Stay safe.
Will do. See you.
Out the front door, she begins to walk down the road, still clutching her art supplies. She walks fast, so I try to keep close. That's so rough. That's so hard. Not long after. I don't remember a pond being that close by, or at least I didn't see one on the way here. The supplies under her arm shift and threaten to fall, but she has no problem adjusting as many times as she needs to, holding it all close.
What's with the extra stuff?
Just in case. I thought we could have a little club meeting of our own. Maybe we'll find some inspiration out here.
At a pond?
Yep, it's not far.
Agree to disagree. I somewhat wish I had my bike.
And the megaphone?
Is she just gonna use it just to scream her heart out?
I have a lot to get off my chest.
She picks up her pace. I trail slightly behind. My heart is racing a bit. It seems right that she should want to vent, but a part of me is wanting to talk now. I won't push it, but as she continues to avoid my eye contact, the worry remains, and the need to at least check in wins over.
Hey, everything all right?
Yep. Sorry about earlier.
You shouldn't apologize for crying.
Mom shouldn't feel guilty about Millie, you know? It's not her fault.
I don't know if it's anyone's fault.
She swiftly turns around to face me.
How not? It's Millie who... No, forget it. Come on.
She resumes her walk. I jog. I wish Olive pressed that thought just a little bit more. just to see what Caprice would say about it. Because it seems like Olive really gets it of, like, the situation being no one's fault. So I really just wanted them to just be like, bring it up a little bit more, to be like, hang on, wait, no. Blah, 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 you know? I don't know. Wait, no, that's just a heart attack? Well, make sure you get help for that. After some time, we enter a small area just outside the residential neighborhood with trees and a pond. A trail circles the body of water with benches dotting it here and there.
We used to come here a lot. It was my ideal drawing spot growing up.
She finds a seat on a nearby bench and begins sketching in one of her books. The megaphone rests next to her, still in reach.
Mom and me. Sometimes Grandpa, back when he was around. Sometimes Millie, her family. She used to draw a bunch, you know. Most kids do, I guess. Some just don't stop.
She wanted to come today.
Good thing you stopped her.
I pause. In a way, I feel like the worst thing I could do right now is sit here and agree. Yeah, no, this is definitely not a time to just to go with it, I feel. I wouldn't say it's just my newfound optimism, but something in the way Caprice glares down at the ground, her fingers gripping her sketchbooks tightly, makes me think she wants to be wrong. I still my resolve but offer a soft touch to Caprice. She doesn't move away, so I brush a stray piece of hair from her face.
She wanted to talk.
What else is there to talk about? She wanted to argue.
She glares towards me now, but it's strained. I smile a bit, trying to offer whatever sense of ease I can.
It didn't sound that way to me.
What else is there, Ollie? What else can I even say, or do, or...
She slams the sketchbook closed, tossing it back atop the other she brought.
I tried, Olive. I tried to work things out. I did what I could.
Oh, whoa. Why did my YouTube preview just full screen on me? Hang on, there we go. Worst time to do that, YouTube. Thank you. She buries her face in her hands. I reach out to touch her shoulder, and just barely, she angles herself towards me. Her voice laced with an anger that colors how small she looks in this moment.
All I'm good at is shoving people around. No one would give me the time of day otherwise. Millie hates me. Haley avoids us a lot of the time. The club doesn't even want to meet anymore.
I promise you, none of that's true.
How can you even say that when you were roped into the club yourself? That was even worse. I was just taking advantage of your personal problems to get a small step up in this dumb fight.
It was still my decision in the end. So was everything that came after.
And look where we're at now.
It's been a rough few days, but that's only because I hate seeing you like this. You've been nothing but good to me.
Then why does it feel like nothing I do is good enough? Why does it feel like I can't get through to anyone? I'm so sick of it. Months and months of this. My best friend.
Her voice falters and shakes, and I get ready for her to cry into my shoulders again, only for her to stand up instead, swooping up the megaphone as she does. Without skipping a beat, she brings it up to her mouth and shouts at the pool of water.
Why don't you get it?
A flock of ducks takes off from the water at the sound, sending water spraying over the edge of the pond and a flurry of feathers behind.
You've always been my sister. Haven't I been yours? You hate the idea that much?
She punctuates her shout with a wordless scream. I wince as the megaphone screeches in protest. Caprice, however, seems totally unfazed by it.
Maybe I screwed up, but I was trying to fix it. Doesn't that count for anything? Why did it take me leaving for you to want to talk? I just want us to laugh again. To smile, to live with each other instead of around. Why is it so hard?
She crumbles, her shoulders shaking angrily, wiping away the tears falling down her face.
I don't know the best words or how to say what I mean, so I just keep talking and hoping one small part of it might be enough. I'm tired of screaming.
Caprice.
What is it, Olive?
I wish I could tell her that I don't. I wish I could tell her that I don't either. That I love her so much, that I want to be with her and support her. But I said all that already. I don't know how to translate how much I care about her into words. Screw it. I reach out and pull Caprice into the biggest hug I can. She's shivering. I wish she bundled up more. I nestle my face into her shoulder and squeeze. The megaphone falls from her hands and into the snow with a quiet thud. I feel her shift in my hold, slightly moving her face as if to say something. I ease up, not wanting to overstep.
Don't let go.
Her words are barely audible as she buries herself in my shoulder, holding me twice as tight.
I won't. I promise.
I close my eyes and take it in, her hands grabbing onto my coat. How much warmer it is together. Her exhale slowing from short and uneven hiccups to deep breaths. Occasionally, a spot of freezing wind will shoot over the lake, taking out any accumulated comfort we'd managed to create. Each and every time, Caprice pulls herself close. After one more time, she speaks again.
Cole,
A little.
do you want to head back?
I don't want to let go.
I feel her
don't
smile.
either.
I feel her smile against me. Sorry, I actually clicked to go on.
Couple more minutes.
I rest my face against hers, our cheeks touching. Her face is still wet. I don't mind, but I try to wipe whatever I can away with a small nuzzle.
Yeah. Sounds good.
After some time, we find a way to part, still leaning on each other as we take a seat on the lakeside. She asks me if I want to listen. I do. That probably felt so cathartic for Caprice. Because, like, we didn't really, like, learn much more in that, like, outburst of, like, how she's feeling. Because it's kind of like a lot of stuff that you can already assume already from, like, the context of the story and, like, learning other things from, like, the Millie route and how they used to be and everything like that. But it's mostly just, like, getting those emotions and putting them out there, you know, finally just like screaming it out for the world to hear, all these things that's been like building up that she's already been feeling. That was great. That was good. But I think with that being said, we're probably going to end there for the night. We've gone through a lot of emotional stuff in the story, and that felt like a big kind, again, like just getting it all out there kind of moment. So I think that's a perfect place to end. So yeah, we'll be back tomorrow to do some more Undertale, some more Sans Undersale. Maybe beat it, probably not because I'm bad at the game. But yeah, we'll see. But with all that being said, I will see all you beautiful people in the next one.